guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm pretty excited about today. Today's one of those things where I've gotten something on my channel that I really did not expect to happen. So today I'm going to be talking about what's inside this box. Now if most of you guys don't know, recently I've been doing a lot of technical reviews on my channel, especially things regarding audio, and this definitely hits the bank on all of those issues. One of the biggest things that I have to deal with right now is my home theater system. It's a very cheap RCA home theater system that I picked up about 2 years ago, hundreds of wires everywhere, and it's just a cluster. I was actually very excited that I was reached out to by Polk Audio to test and review what's inside this box. This is the Polk Audio command bar, the amazing command bar, which is available in all stores currently and is one of the most unique things you'll see in the market right now. I'm very excited to try this out, and let's go ahead and see what's inside this box and test it out. Guys, huge shout out to Polk Audio. They sent me this cool shirt to go with it. Play loud, Amazon Alexa built in, Polk command bar. Pretty sweet. I think I'm actually gonna test this thing out with this shirt on. Alright, so this is it right here behind me. Now we're gonna unbox the box that we just unboxed. Alright guys, first we gotta change the shirt. Alright, now that we got our shirt on, let's go ahead and unbox this. I'm gonna take this to the garage. It's pretty hot in the garage, so we'll do our best to stay cool. A mounting bar template, command bar information, product information, quick start guide, and how to get started with Alexa. Comes with a fiber audio cable, HDMI cable, power adapter, power cable, another power adapter, silica gel. These look like the mounting brackets. This right here is the baggie for the remote. That remote's actually pretty nice. It's got a nice soft smooth feel to it. It looks very nice. I actually do enjoy that. Really simple, nice and quiet. It's got all these little extra modes on it if you need to adjust that. Batteries, and let's open this up. Look at that. I will be doing some B-roll of this, but I did want to show you guys how it looks. This is the top part. It's got a nice speaker mesh, and on the very back here, pretty cool, tells you how to power your items. So you can actually power your Fire TV from here. And then it has a built-in spot just for your Amazon Fire TV. So that's pretty nice. And on the back here, you have your HDMI 1, HDMI 2, optical, then you have your power. And then your sync sub. That's pretty cool. Very nice. Last but not least, let's open this bad boy up. Now this is the subwoofer. The cool thing about the subwoofer is that it is wireless from the rest of it. Unlike a lot of the current systems that you buy at the store, these don't require 100,000 wires to be mounted together. This is the back side of it, top and the bottom. Now I like the way that this subwoofer is set up because the speaker itself, as well as the outlet, is actually on the bottom. That way it's not going to be pushing up against your wall and vibrating everything on the wall. Everything goes downward and you can still hear and feel the bass. Yeah, that's pretty much the unboxing for it. It's actually very small kit, so I'm curious to see how this is gonna sound. Alright guys, so what we're gonna do now is all of the stuff is unboxed, and at this point we pretty much just have to replace the current system that I have right now. The system that I have right now is a cheap RCA system that I picked up at Black Friday at Walmart one year, and if you look over here, it's got 100,000 cables that dangle underneath the TV. Super ugly. And I'm pretty much just going to take everything out behind this TV and clear everything out, remove all the wires that I have riding underneath of the carpet, and try to clean up as much of this wall as I can. As you can see also, there's a bit of mounting issues that I had to plaster because we had issues with some of the speaker mounting previously, and we're going to see how this looks and sounds. Let's do that right now.
cursed because of something that happened before I was even born. See, a long time ago, there was this family. The papa. Sometimes I think I'm cursed because of something that happened before I was even born. See, a long time ago, there was this family. The papa, he was a musician. He and his family would sing and dance and count their blessings.
Alexa, play Coffee House on TuneIn.
Coffee House from TuneIn.
You were running through the valley.
Alexa, turn up the volume.
Straight for me.
Alexa,
My mind
set the volume to 55.
I was ready.
Alexa, what's on my calendar?
I don't see a calendar set up. For help linking your calendar, check your Alexa app home feed.
Alexa, set an alarm for 6 a.m.
Alarm set for 6 a.m. tomorrow. Would you like this alarm set for every weekday?
No. Alexa, play music from the 90s.
Here's a station for 90s music, 90s country, from Amazon Music.
Alexa, beatbox for me.
Yo, yo, clap. Yo, 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 clap. Yo, yo, clap. Yo.
Alexa, what can I say?
There's a lot. You can create shopping lists, listen to jokes, and order products. You can also track your orders by asking, "Where's my stuff?"
Alexa, tell me a joke.
What's the best part about llamas doing improv? The spit takes.
Alexa, switch input to TV.
Okay, TV HDMI.
Alexa, switch input to optical.
Okay, optical.
Alright guys, we are back after 2 weeks of testing with this Polk Audio command bar. First off, I just want to say thank you to Polk Audio for allowing me to test this thing. I'll be honest with you, I didn't really know much about audio and what the difference would be until I hooked it up, and what I can say is that the difference was highly noticeable. The main thing about this speaker is it's really compact, but it has a lot of sound in it. I had a 100-watt RCA system set up with all wired speakers, and it doesn't even compare anywhere close to what this guy can produce. The way that the audio comes out of the speaker, the way that the tone comes out of the sides right here, and just the overall functionality of this is really, really well designed. I think people will probably underestimate this until they see the reviews on it, because it's such a small, compact size. You wouldn't think something with this great of audio would come out of something this small and compact. So if most of you guys didn't notice, like I've mentioned before, this guy right here has an Alexa dot built into the top of the speaker itself. If you didn't really know what's going on with the whole in-home audio pickup systems, Google Home is one of the major ones, Amazon Alexa is another, and then you now have the HomePod by Apple. In my opinion, the most integrated one, the one that I use the most, is actually the Amazon Alexa, just because it's more integrated with my Fire TV, all of my Amazon devices, as well as my video security system at home. Now this wasn't just something that Polk Audio clipped into their system. They didn't pick up an Amazon Echo Dot and just stack it in there. They actually worked with Amazon, the company, for about 2 years, starting in 2016, to get this guy ready to go as a full audio home system with a built-in integrated Amazon Alexa. I think this is probably the biggest game changer in home audio. Just a few things I wanted to show you guys off the back. Just other than the top right here, you do want to look and pay attention to the back of this. If you look here, you have a powered USB for you to connect your Amazon Fire TV, like the one I have right here. Plug this guy right here into the HDMI. It has its own designated slot for the Fire TV itself. Clicks right in perfectly. Like it's amazing how perfectly they set that up. And then you have your USB power. Now you can definitely get a shorter cable if you want to clean this up. That's totally fine. I'm sure you can find one on eBay. And they just plug it directly right in there. Now you have a powered Fire TV stick without an extra adapter. Another thing you want to take a look at, this is the Polk Audio power adapter. This is for the speaker power itself. Got about 19 volts of output at 3 amps. It's actually not too big. It's got a smaller cable, not like a 3-pin large cable that you'd usually find. And that plugs right here. You'll also notice right here, you have another separate HDMI in. Then you have a TV ARC HDMI out for when you output to your DVD, to your video on your TV. Then you have a optical TV audio connector, which is pretty good for surround sound systems. Now, if you're curious and wondering when this is going to be available, it's actually already in stores. The release date was June 30th, 2018. Most stores already have them, but if you don't have them, definitely check online on Amazon or Best Buy. You'll see it. It's the Polk Audio command bar. Another cool thing is that this device is definitely Alexa compatible for audio controls. The same exact controls that you use for your Echo Dot or for your Echoes, you can use for this command bar. So if you want to play music, if you want to turn the audio up, turn the audio down, play something on Netflix, connect to any other application that you use in your Fire TV, or open anything up, you can do all the same things that you can with the Echo Dot or Echo on this guy. Now, just to inform you guys, because this thing is a very, very loud speaker, you are going to have some inhibitants on being able to talk to the device while it's playing audio for your videos and music. But it does have a special feature built into the remote where you can automatically hit that little Alexa button and it'll light up, and you can talk to the command bar as if you were just speaking to a regular Alexa. Now, the remote itself is actually very simple. It has a couple switches here. It has the bass control as well as the volume control. It has the voice control, and then you also have night mode, mute mode, and the Alexa button. Down here you have your 3 main audio types, which is movies, action, and music. I really like the simplistic design of the remote as well as the audio system. It just makes everything so less confusing. My current system, the RCA system that I had, there were so many little settings you have to set up. You have to adjust each speaker to your audio needs, and it was just a pain in the butt. The wires were everywhere, and I got frustrated. There was cables all in the back of my TV stand like you saw in the previous video, and I just couldn't keep things clean. The kids would get back there and destroy it all the time. Now, when you're thinking of a theater system, you're most likely thinking of a surround sound system, and people are probably worrying about not being able to have that in a speaker like a speaker bar. But I will tell you that this guy actually has some really good surround sound effects. Now, you're not going to get behind audio. However, this does somehow have the ability to curve audio around the audience that's listening to it. It has these little speakers on the side, which is kind of like mini subwoofers. It also has built-in tweeters for really good treble. Not to mention, you have this huge subwoofer that comes with it as well. Now, this guy is very well built. The sub and bass that comes out of this is very high quality. It doesn't over rattle your system. It has these really good shock absorbers, and you can play really loud music, and it gives you a super cool deep effect of cinematic audio. Now, you're probably wondering what type of audio output this device has. It actually has 4K compatibility. It also has Wi-Fi connection as well as Bluetooth connection, so you connect your mobile devices and everything to it in that way. And the cool thing about this, and most of you are probably wondering, is how exactly you're going to mount this guy, and I'll show you. We'll turn it over to the back. You've probably seen this in the previous setups. It's got these 2 little mounting holes right here. This is kind of, for me, if you want to, these are completely up to your picking, but you can have this little spacer here so you can put the cables in the back without having it pinched behind there, so you have a little bit of room to play. So all you do is match your wall screws to that, and you just click it on and it's mounted. Another way that I've seen people take it is they go ahead and mount it on a shelf so that the device is sitting on there. Instead of it being mounted to the wall, it's actually just sitting on a shelf. And it also has these little rubber grips at the bottom to soften the audio as well. The setup for it is fairly straightforward, so I really won't go too much into that, but basically all you do is you turn on the command bar, and then you connect your Wi-Fi device, such as your phone or your tablet, to it. And once you do that, you link it to your Alexa account. Once that's linked, it'll automatically synchronize, and you can have all your settings built into the Amazon Echo Dot. but at the same time you have the other app, the Polk Audio app, to control a lot of the other settings as well. Now, I did want to read a few specs on this device because a lot of you are probably curious on what these specs are. So on this Polk Audio speaker bar, you have 2 tweeters as well as 2 woofers on each end. You also have a 6.5 subwoofer speaker right here. It's actually a floor pointed subwoofer, and it has this little woofer point hole. The audio inputs are HDMI and optical. It has 2 HDMI ins and then has 1 HDMI out. The audio decoding on this is a Dolby 5.1 as well as 2.0. It has DTS digital surround and DTS true surround. It's got built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. I'm not going to go over the specs of that. The peak power, the bar itself actually has a 120 watt power, while the subwoofer has an 80 watt power max. Overall, the entire system has about 200 watts of power. The max SPL is 101 dB, and it also comes with a pretty cool 1-year warranty, which I think is a really good thing. You don't really see that anymore. So definitely keep that in mind when you have this. I don't think it's going to fail. I've been beating this thing up and using it a lot. Sorry, Polk Audio. But I did want to see how well it handles all of the audio that I have in my home theater system, and I gotta tell you, it does really well. Okay, so enough about the specs and all the little details here and there. I did want to talk about the audio. Like I said, when I initially started this and started using it, the speaker system that I had was an RCA all-in-one system that I purchased at Sam's Club for like a super all-in-one deal for like $200 to $300. Now, when I originally purchased that, I thought it was actually a really good sounding system, so I didn't know anything other than that. After getting this system, I will say when I plugged this in and I connected it, I had no idea on the audio type that I was missing. And the reason I say that is because the audio that came out of this system, there were certain parts of a movie that you didn't hear in previous audio and previous speakers that I had with my RCA system, because those little box speakers weren't pushing out the same audio that this guy does. When watching a movie that I've already seen before, like The Goonies or anything that has that 5.1 to 2.1 digital surround sound, it was not the same movie again as I watched it the second time with this system. This system has these little sounds that you didn't really notice before, that the second time you watch it or the first time you watch it, you really pay attention to, and it clicks, and it feels more immersive, and you feel more entrenched in the movies and in the music. So you really get a better emotional feeling when you're watching these things. So I will like to say that that is one of the coolest things that I've found with this device. All the other devices I've had, I've never had the same experience as good as I did with this one. Polk Audio did a really good job on it, and I think 2 years of working on it and perfecting it was a great idea. I can definitely tell all of the stuff that they put into it and all the work they put into it, it's definitely paying off. So if you are curious and if you want to try a new system, definitely consider this. In my opinion, the major benefit is there's a lot less wires, there's a lot less headache. You still get the same surround sound setup, if not better. In my opinion, this has a lot better audio quality, and you will definitely notice as soon as you pick it up. The subwoofer is about 80 watts, and the speaker bar itself is 120 watts, and you can definitely tell. Well guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys liked the video. Thank you so much again to Polk Audio for letting me review this. I really am excited to use this further in the future, and I just gotta say, for you guys out there who are curious, definitely consider picking this up. It's in stores right now. Alright guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.